Hey everyone, it's Jamie here again with Coach Smith, Wellston Rocket football team. Coach Smith, how you doing?
Doing fine. How are you, buddy?
Doing all right. Hey, tonight we got, obviously we talked, several times, and you talked about your goals, and we know one goal's hanging up in the air, but then your second goal was a home playoff, which tonight at 7 o'clock, you guys accomplished that goal. Uh, you guys got there last year. You got a tough draw for your first game with Ironton. Uh, so your players, yourself, you guys got a taste of it, of the playoff atmosphere. So what were the guys, goals coming into the season as far as getting to this point and not being satisfied as just being able to play the game tonight?
Yeah, well, that's like we had discussed that all the preseason and talked about, where we wanted to be when this time rolled around, and we accomplished the goal of getting a home playoff game, and one of the goals beyond that was to win a playoff game, which we've got the opportunity to do that tonight, and I think this bunch of seniors, I don't think they're ready to hang them up yet.
Right, and we've talked about how good a group that you have, so not just on the football field, but obviously the type of kids and and the parents and whatnot. But coming from an alumni of Wellston, there is thousands of people in your corner tonight to get this win. And I'm sure Rocket Pizza will be slinging pies like they've never slung them before this evening. I'm sure the patio will be packed. I'm sure the goal line will be packed. I'm sure Scotty will have the beverages lined up for the older folks that can't get to the game. The former players. But so you got a lot. How do you keep that from getting too much on the kids and just going out and playing?
But that's something that we really hardly ever talk about is the pressure, the outside pressures. We try to keep that as way much as we can. I mean, I know the community people talks to them and things like that, but we really in-house try to keep the pressure out of it. We never push them to try to do things they can't do. We just want them to be level-headed and play. And I know they get a lot of pressure from a lot of people, but they've handled that pretty well up to this point.
Well, looking back over the years, past football teams and past football teams that have been successful, at Wellston, it's usually been a running back running for 250 yards, it's never really been type of the offense that you guys have this year. As far as we've talked before, and I'm sure you're going to do tonight, you're going to line up and you're going to try to get Garvin established. And if that can't happen, if they stack the box, you're going to throw over top and score any way you can. But it's a little different feel of a football team that I think you brought in with your offensive scheme. So you care to touch a little bit on that?
Well, our biggest thing is we know that we have a lot of weapons. We've got a lot of kids that can do a lot of things. And so, we don't necessarily focus on one aspect. We kind of look at the defense, kind of look what we're going to, just whatever we can get. If we get a matchup that we favor, we want to take advantage of it. If we get in a position where we can get John the ball on the ground, and, he's going to pound it up in there just as hard as he can anyway. So once we get him going a little bit, it kind of opens up everything else. But we've got so many weapons that, we're really a hard team to defend because you got to defend both aspects of the game. You can't, if you stop the run, we can throw it. If you stop the pass, we can run it. So, we're kind of one of those teams that's hard to guard. And when we get things right and when we're clicking, it's pretty fun to watch.
And yeah, definitely. At the high school level, usually teams, for the most part, are definitely one dimensional, and don't really want to do that second dimension unless they have to. And then obviously as a defense, that's what you try to force upon your opponents. But that, as far as Wellston's offense, I asked you before we came on, and I guess we'll touch on it. Kind of where's Jeremiah's status for this evening?
Okay, well, Jeremiah's cleared to play, but as a coaching staff and talking to the trainers, we'll probably start him tonight, give him a couple of plays just so he can be the starter of record in the first playoff game here at Wellston. Then we'll probably pull him out of the game, and he probably won't play anymore. So, Zeke Mullahan will go in after a couple of plays, and he'll handle it the rest of the night.
Okay. And then when we talked last, I think it was Monday, you was saying that you had a chance to look at a couple films on South Point, and they had some players. What do you, as from a defensive standpoint, what do you see them trying to do to you guys this evening?
Well, most of their big plays come off broken plays. They got some athletes, and the little quarterback scrambles around pretty good, and a lot of time he just gets it up in the air enough for them to get to it. And that's where most of their big plays come from. They're not easy to gauge as far as what they're going to do. I mean, 2 games ago, they was in power I against Portsmouth. They wasn't under center for the first snap. So, we just kind of prepared for everything that we had on them on film, and hopefully we got a good enough game plan that if they do come out and throw some kind of wrinkle into it, that we'll be able to take care of that.
Yeah, which is something that I think you guys do an excellent job of, kind of filling the game out in the first half, and then whether you're having a come to Jesus meeting with the players at halftime, or it's just X's and O's. It usually seems like whatever, if anything is hurting the defense, allowing them to move the ball, you guys are usually right on top of it and make the adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, well, defensively, that's kind of my side of the ball. I like that side a little bit better than I do the offensive side. So, yeah, we got some things. We got some things that we do, just slight adjustments. We don't adjust a whole lot because in our scheme, it kind of adjusts itself. Our players make a lot of the on-field adjustments just by what we call our check autos, things that we prepare for all week that they make. And then usually if something starts hurting us, then we'll get together at halftime. We'll figure out what it is. We'll come up with a solution to the problem. And so far, they've done an excellent job of that.
So from South Point, are they more of a ground, trying to run the ball, or are they more the spread it out narrative? Or
it's kind of they're like Jekyll and Hyde. Like today, they were like I said the other day, last week they were under center. Week before that, they was in the gun, never went under center. So it's kind of one of those deals where you don't really know what they're going to do.
Right. So, obviously, the kids are probably starting to roll in now. When obviously right before kickoff, and you have those last few moments with them. Kind of what's Coach Smith got up his sleeve.
Well, these guys coming in here, they come in, they get ready to play. We go over our game plan pretty extensively. And, when we get ready to take the field, I want them ready to be – I don't want them to have to think about things. And that's one thing that we push. Don't think, react. And our kids have done really well with that. And I think when we get ready to take the field, I think our seniors tonight will – step it up to another level.
Right. Yeah. And that's, obviously, look at a lot of people's looking forward to tonight, and, and obviously, if things go right, that, on the other side of the bracket, that, you guys could possibly be at home again next week.
Right. Depending on what happens with the Utica and Johnstown Monroe.
Right. So, Coach, I'll let you go. I know you're busy. I appreciate you coming on. I kind of got, when I got up this morning, I was like, well, I'm going to leave Coach Smith alone today. But then I got looking back every time we've done one of these previews, you guys have won. So I thought, well, I don't want him to be able to blame it on me or me second guess myself. So, but hey, Coach, good luck tonight. I know you'll have the kids ready to roll. Wellston, I'm sure that the community will be behind you guys, and we look forward to watching, which I'll be over here in Point tonight with the boys watching. Who am I trying to say? Bob and Terry. And we'll hopefully watch you guys get this first playoff win. And then, obviously once you get that one under your belt, then I know you're hungry. I know those seniors are hungry. So I'm sure one's not going to be good enough. You're going to want to get another one.
We're going to do everything we can to. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you giving me a call. And hopefully we will do this again next week.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Coach, and good luck this evening.
All right. Thank you, buddy.